Nigel Bennett, who's the co-founder and principal of Aqua-Guard Spill Response Technology, Aqua-Guard Spill Response Incorporated, based in North Vancouver, Canada. Over the last 29 years, both Mr. Bennett and Aqua-Guard have received multiple awards for their innovation, business excellence, and entrepreneurialism. Mr. Bennett is also an author and active philanthropist. Profits from Nigel's recent book titled Take That Leap, Risking It All for What Really Matters are donated to organizations that support ocean protection, poverty alleviation, at-risk youth, and the environment. And today, Nigel will be discussing the RBS Triton 20, a portable oil skimming system. And Nigel, when you're ready to load up your presentation.
I do that right here.
It's all set. Perfect.
There we go. Great. Thanks so much, Lindsay. I really, really appreciate it. That was great. And thanks, Igor and Kevin, for those presentations. It's really cool stuff. I'm last but not least, so hang in there, everybody. It's probably been a long day here. I'm really happy to speak again. I think I spoke in Seattle. It was 2018 or 2019. So this is great. So thanks for the invite. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today is a new skimming system that Aqua-Guard has developed over the past year and a half. And it's on the smaller side. Usually we have kind of the mid to the large offshore equipment, but this is called an RBS Triton 20 oil skimming system. I guess I have to click this thing here. Come on, there we go. So this skimming system was specifically designed for the Canadian Coast Guard. So the Canadian Coast Guard has been revamping about 90 of their bases around Canada over the past few years. And so this little skimming system, they needed a portable oil skimming system, something can be carried by 1 or 2 men or 2 people. And so what we did is we designed something specifically for them, and we incorporated our RBS Triton patented technology into this smaller unit. So we have it's a typical skimming system. We have a skimmer head, we have a power unit, and we have a pump system and hose set. So our skimmer head has been tested by DNV GL now to the ASTM standards, and with a recovery rate of just over 20 cubic meters an hour at an efficiency of 99%, which is very similar to all of our other RBS Triton skimming technology. The skimming system skimmer head, the dimensions for this smaller unit are about 30 inches long by 25 inches wide by 18.5 inches high. The weight is about 66 pounds, so easily transportable. And it incorporates the same technology as our larger systems. So we've got a rotating brush, drum system, and a disc. And also with the help from Wally Landry at Crucial, we also incorporate in various machines, in some of our machines, his fuzzy disc for lighter diesels and hydraulic fuel spills and things like that. On the skimmer head, we have 2 small extendable handles for carrying, and also a top lifting device. And the power unit is a diesel hydraulic power unit, which is 5.5 horsepower, and it's 4-stroke, air oil cooled, and it's to the Tier 4 EPA standard system. And the frame on this power unit is a marine aluminum, and it's powder coated paint, which we do with all of our skimming systems. And the pump in this specific, the RBS Triton 20, is a Spate 75 PD75, sorry, a 3-inch double diaphragm positive displacement pump. And it's also powered by the same engine, the 5.5 horsepower Tier 4 EPA rated engine. And the capacity of this pump is 30 cubic meters an hour and a suction head of about 8.8 meters and a discharge head of 30.5 meters at 43.3 PSI. The frame also on this unit is a marine grade aluminum, and it's powder coated paint for corrosion protection. The system for the Canadian Coast Guard was specifically they wanted inside a portable storage aluminum box, which could be forkliftable and also deployed by helicopter or aircraft as well. So a nice compact system. And everything fits inside. So you've got the power unit, you've got all the, you got the skimmer head, you've got the pump system, your hose sets, and all of your recovery modules. So in the middle slide or the middle photograph here, you can see it all compact and packed away inside the aluminum box, and the front door flops down so you can pull it all out easily and return it easily. And in the far right, you can see the system completely connected. So you've got the skimmer head in the middle connected to a discharge hose, and all the hydraulic lines are connected, which go into the power unit, and then the discharge hose coming from the pump as well. So we've been working on two contracts for the Canadian Coast Guard over the past couple of years. We have two contracts. They're 3 years, 3 years each, and basically we're helping them revamp all of their bases around Canada. And our first supply contract, we supplied, I think it was 57 RBS Triton 60s. So they're a much larger skimming system, similar in a storage container like this. And the RBS 20s, which I'm talking about right now, I believe we supplied about 37 so far. And we've got another, I think, 1.5 years to go on that contract. Small portable systems. Also, with WCMRC here in Vancouver, they've taken, I think, 8 systems, and Trans Mountain Pipeline also have some systems, all very recent. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you a little bit of a video clip. It's just a couple minutes on how the system is put together and how it fits inside the storage box. Oh, you know what? Hang on 2 seconds. I don't think sorry guys, just 2 secs. I need to share again because I never did the sound and the video optimization.
RBS Triton technology has been fully tested by DNV to ASTM F631 2015 Standard Guide for Collecting Skimmer Performance. The skimming system can be deployed by a minimum of 1 personnel to recover persistent and non-persistent oil in calm waters up to a Beaufort Force 1 sea conditions and from the interior spaces of small vessels. Ambient air temperature ranging from -15 to +35 degrees Celsius are acceptable for operation, and a range of -40 to +60 degrees Celsius are acceptable for storage. All of the components required to operate the system are supplied within its dedicated storage box, allowing the system to operate without additional logistical support for periods up to 2 hours. The 4 major components of the system include the RBS Triton 20 skimmer head, diesel hydraulic power pack, oil transfer pump, and aluminum storage box. Each component is fitted with its own unique product identifier label, which also indicates the component's weight. The RBS Triton 20 skimmer head is supplied with 3 different recovery modules designed for use in light viscosity oil spills, such as diesel fuel, to medium viscosity oil spills, such as fresh crude oil. The brush retains the highest oil recovery rate at just over 20 cubic meters per hour. The low design draft of the skimmer allows for deployment in shallow waters less than 15 centimeters in depth. The skimmer head is powered hydraulically by a 5.5 horsepower diesel hydraulic power pack via 20 meters of hydraulic hoses. The power pack utilizes a Tier 4 diesel engine driving a hydraulic pump and includes all of the necessary controls and gauges mounted on a single control panel. The oil recovered by the skimmer head is transported by a 3-inch self-priming oil transfer pump. The pump is driven via the same diesel engine as per the power pack and can transfer up to 30 cubic meters an hour. Similar to the power pack, all of the controls and gauges are mounted on a single control panel. Two 10-meter sections of semi-rigid oil transfer hose are provided for the suction side of the pump. Two 10-meter sections of lay-flat oil transfer hose are provided for the discharge side of the oil transfer pump. One 1.8-meter semi-rigid oil transfer hose is also provided for the discharge side of the pump to prevent immediate pressure loss at the discharge port. All of the hydraulic fittings, cam locks, and fasteners are stainless steel to withstand the marine environment. 5 hose floats are provided with each system to prevent the hoses from sinking and affecting the performance of the skimmer head. An accessory box facilitates storage of all the small, loose components of the system, including oil scrapers, debris screens, ASTM connectors, etc. A document holder installed inside the storage box contains complete technical maintenance and operations manuals printed on weatherproof paper, along with laminated equipment instruction illustrations.
So yeah, I thought I'd show you that video there because it does a better job than me explaining every little bit for you there. So it went on for a little bit. So this diagram here explains how our rotating brush system works. We have a patented system in the United States and in Canada, which incorporates a rotating brush with 2 or more scrapers, scraping systems on it. So if you look at the middle slide, here with the red. What the red shows is a heavy, viscous, medium to heavy oil. So medium to heavy oils will be drawn into the system via surface tension of the oil, but also because of the rotating brush. And it'll hit the first 1 and 2 scraping systems, and that'll be scraped by the scraped off of the brush. And the heavy oil will tend to come up and over, and it will flow down into the sump of the skimming system. Any residual oil or light oil that's on the brush, if you look up the diagram up at the top in green, you'll see the flow pass by the first scraper, second scraper, and then it's scraped again by the last scraper. So heavy oil is mostly deposited directly into a sump and pumped away. The residual and the lighter stuff tends to stay on sometimes, and you get a second or a third kick at the cat to remove it. And just show a quick little video here on the flow through the system. So you can see the brush pulling in. This is a relatively light oil, pulling the oil into the system, and it's being scraped by one of the scrapers here. And this is some heavier oil, which is actually getting removed, and it just flows directly down into the sump of the system and is easily pumped away. This is an actual spill in Latin America, where you can see that this is it's kind of a medium heavy oil, but it's being removed. And this is an underwater shot of the brush moving through the surface of the water and dragging the oil into the brush. And it's an oilphilic brush, so the oil will stick to the brush and is then moved, and it's scraped. We've also done a lot of testing with extremely heavy oil, and we've actually used our systems in some extremely heavy oil spills as well. But this was done a few years ago, where it was a Husky energy oil from northern Alberta with a specific gravity of 0.99, API of 11, and a viscosity of 195 centistoke. So extremely heavy stuff. We had the tests witnessed by DNV to the ASTM standard at the time. As you can see, this heavy molasses is being dragged into the machine by the brush, but also the surface tension of the heavy oil sticks to itself, and it's dragging itself in. So it's bringing the oil in like molasses inside the system. It's rotating up and being scraped off on the rear side of the skimming system, and by these two scrapers here, and it's being deposited into a sump. And in this unit here, because it was a heavy oil skimmer, it had a internal low pump mounted inside to be able to push the oil off of the system. This last summer, during COVID, we held an open house, which was very tricky, very difficult to do, but it was by appointment only. And we had very specific times where people would show up to take a peek. And this was the RBS Triton 20 machine. We had a test tank, and we had it running, and we had groups from the Canadian Coast Guard, WCMRC, Western Canada Marine Response Corp, here in Vancouver, also from Calgary, WCSS, Transport Canada, Trans Mountain Pipeline, and Kinder Morgan, and various other ones popped down to take a look. As I mentioned, our skimming systems, RBS Triton skimming systems, for our full range of skimmers, has two patents, one a Canadian patent, one a US patent, and they've all been tested to the DNV GL or witnessed by DNV GL to the ASTM standards. It's a photograph of our different certificates for that. As Lindsay mentioned before, we've been very fortunate to won several awards for our skimming technology around the globe. And our systems are also incorporated into various packages and trailer systems. So this shows all the bits and pieces that can be put together to respond to a spill using one of our skimming, the RBS Triton 20 or the 35s and 60s. We have quite a range incorporating into a trailer system with containment barriers, et cetera, et cetera. So we've been very fortunate. I've been in the oil spill response business since I was about 16 years old. I'm now 58. And Aqua-Guard, we've done business in about 100 countries, responded to spills in about 100 countries. Our equipment has since the mid 1990s. We have industry-leading recovery rates from our skimming systems, up to 99% efficiency, and all of our skimming systems have been witnessed by DNV GL and ABS, American Bureau of Shipping, to the ASTM, whatever the current standards are at the time. And our skimming systems, our newest one that I just spoke about today was the RBS Triton 20, which is the little guy in the middle, which is in a fully contained system, all the way up to our large offshore systems, which we call the URO. This is a 600 cubic meter an hour system, which was used in a spill. As you can see, it's covered in oil still in Latin America. So yeah, that gives you a little bit of an idea of what we've been up to in the past little while here with some of our new skimming systems. There we go. 2 minutes to go.
Thanks, Nigel.
No, thanks,
And
Lindy.
it doesn't look like we have any questions in the Q&A box or chat.
No worries.
Jenna, do you have anything extra?
Nope, I don't see anything.
Jenna's getting pulled away on a response too. So on top of managing all this, she's doing response stuff. So
good for her. Good stuff.
Quadruple teaming.
Wonderful.
So sorry, Nigel, we don't have any questions, but that was a fantastic presentation, and it looks like a really cool device that it'll pick up sheen even after the brush re-enters the water. That's a totally great feature.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent.
Lots of fun.
So thank you. Sorry you had to go last, but you're
no, that's okay. It's okay. got my coffee here, so it's good.
Fantastic. All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
And I don't see any other questions coming in, so that concludes our session 8.